Hi guys, it's Margaret Skype, and in this video I'm gonna talk about technology. ChatGPT to be exact. You guys know that almost everyone uses ChatGPT right now, and in this video I want to explain how ChatGPT can help you with your jewelry projects, or if you're thinking about doing a ring or earrings or anything, how you can use ChatGPT to help you. Let's go. So a while ago, when we didn't have ChatGPT, a lot of my clients reached out to me and said, well, I love these earrings, but I'm having a hard time imagining them on me, which is a common problem because it's one thing to love the earrings for how they look, but it's another thing to imagine them on your ears. Not to mention, and I want to mention this, some earrings, although they may be so beautiful, they will not look so good on you. And the reason for this is because, for example, if you have dark hair like me and you're gonna go for earrings with like smoky quartz or maybe dark amethyst, a lot of them don't look good because against your hair they look dark, so you can't really see the earrings. So it's really interesting because a while ago we had a lot of clients who would buy earrings and say, I'm in love with these earrings, but once I put them on, they just don't look good. And that is complete truth because, for example, on me, diamonds, white topaz, white sapphire would look better just because you can see it more against my hair, especially if you wear your hair down all the time. So that's one of the problems, that sometimes we women or men love something, but we have a hard time imagining it. And it sucks when you buy something online, you are in love with it, and then you try it on and you're just so bummed by the fact that it doesn't look good on you. This happens a lot with jewelry. And before, what we used to do mock-ups. Like if you're considering earrings for, let's say, $5,000 and you don't know how they'll look on you, we used to provide a service that we would do a mock-up in order to show you, and a mock-up would be on either like a blonde or a dark hair girl, so that you can kind of relate to it more and kind of feel, you know, how they would look on you without having to buy them. But now that's not necessary because, let me tell you something, I was playing around with ChatGPT and I have a lot of my clients now sending me something like, look, I and ChatGPT came up with this ring, how much it would be to make it. Mind-blowing, right? Because think about it. They put in some criteria into ChatGPT and they designed it with ChatGPT, and maybe with their husband too, I don't know, or by themselves. And they came up with this ring with ChatGPT, which they fell in love with, and then they messaged us in order to get them a quote for that ring. And sometimes it's the most amazing, beautiful rings. Like I have this one client, I have to show you the ring right here. She put in like opal, and I think her love for like earth mine jewelry, her love for silver. I think she put all this criteria that she wanted ChatGPT to make a ring for her, and it came up with the most amazing, the most interesting design. So number one, if you have ChatGPT and you want to explore options, you can put in your criteria in ChatGPT, such as yellow gold, opal, or ruby, or diamond, whatever the stone that you want your project with. A ring, you can say that you want it with wide shank or a tiny shank. You can just put all these properties and have ChatGPT come up with a ring. It might be something totally bad or something you didn't expect, but you might get ideas from it, and then from that you can specify more. Like for example, if ChatGPT gave you an interesting ring but you're like, okay, this is really bulky, you can ask ChatGPT and say, could you make it more elegant or thin it out a little bit so that it's a little bit more elegant and not so heavy looking. You'd be surprised how many clients of mine now do all of this with ChatGPT, come back to me and say, I have gotten to my perfect ring, here it is, can you make it? Yes, there are some times where I have to set the limitations. For example, I know one client did it with ChatGPT and it was too thin. She loved that it was elegant and it did look good, but I'm like, this is a little too thin. Your headstone is really, really big, so you can't go with like a 0.8 millimeter shank because it's not going to withhold the top. So although ChatGPT is great, it does have its flaws in the fact that it wouldn't know that if the top is huge and you put a really tiny shank, the ring will just, go from side to side because it would be too heavy on the top. So that's one of the things, of course, I have to correct. But nevertheless, we just made the shank a little bit thicker and it was one of the most amazing, beautiful rings. You can check it out here. So I just want to say that it is amazing what we have achieved with technology today, and it is amazing what you can do. The last thing that I want to say that ChatGPT can save you time on is, for example, you're shopping online or not online, wherever you are, and you have these earrings that you absolutely love. You have them, you love them, you're looking at them, you can't imagine them on you. This is what I did. I pretended to be a shopper and I found these earrings that I love. I put a photo of the earrings in the ChatGPT, and then I put a photo of me in the ChatGPT. And I said, could you please put these earrings on me? This is the photo that came up, which is crazy. It's not perfect. It's not the perfect me. It did have a little bit of flaws with my facial features, but it does look like me, and I can completely see how the earrings would look on my ears without having to purchase them, which I thought was fantastic. You can go to any website now, take a photo of bracelet or earrings or pendant, take a photo of you and ask ChatGPT to put them together. This will save you time, this will save you money, this will give you an idea of what it looks like. For example, with these earrings, they are quite bulky and big, and I didn't really understand this from, the internet that I was searching. But once I put them on my ears, I was like, oh, they're actually bigger than what I thought, which is great because now I know without having the knowledge that, for example, 8mm are a bit big on my ears. So now I can go and search for earrings that are similar, but let's say 6mm, because I know that 8mm felt like it was bulky. And the best part is, and again, I want to stress this out, ChatGPT does not pay me for this video. I just find it useful with a lot of my clients, and that's why I made this video. So the best thing about ChatGPT is that it's free. You guys know it. I use a free version. I do not pay for my ChatGPT. It is limited to how many images it can do per 24 hours, I think. I think I'm at like 6 or 10 images, but who cares? It's free, right? So you could always wait another 24 hours and do some other project and see some other images that you need. So I do think it's a great tool, especially if you're the type of person that need it, or if you're in a situation where you don't want to go through like buying earrings and return them, or buying this ring or bracelet or earrings or pendant and then return them. If you're in that situation where you kind of want to just buy it and not want to have to go with the return hassle, I think it's a great tool. In my opinion, it's an amazing tool. And if you're going through like engagement ring thinking, same thing. Put a photo of your hand, put a photo of engagement ring you're thinking about, and just ask ChatGPT to put it on your hand. You just get more ideas when it's on your hand. And I swear to you, you'll find things that you didn't think about. Like I have one client who put a marquee ring and then put her hand, and she was shocked how marquee looked horrible in her hands, and she has really long hands and the marquee kind of extends that. So she looked at it and she's like, there's no way, I'm in love with marquee diamond, but it looks so bad. So she ended up going to the store to try on marquee rings just to kind of check the idea she got from ChatGPT, and guess what? It was 100% right in store. Even though she loves marquee shaped diamonds, she hated the way it looks on her hand even in a store, because she's got really long hands and that elongates the whole hand and makes it even longer, and she actually wanted something more timid. She didn't like her hands to be so kind of long to begin with. So great tool. She checked ChatGPT through going physically to the store, and it turned out true. She did go with a completely different stone. I think it was cushion around that we did a ring with, but the point was that it was a great tool that otherwise she would have struggled, because how else would you see a ring on your finger without actually owning a ring? So I find that it's amazing that we have these tools now, and I wanted to make this video in case some of you struggle out there and just don't know how ChatGPT can help you with your jewelry project. It's Margarita Skypen, and I hope you learned something new in this short episode. I'll see you in the next one.